Alright, so we're going to be discussing the elephant in the room here. The famous saying that many people say, and many, they know what they're meaning when they're referring to it. But today, in this specific instance, we're talking about the elephant in the room as it refers to the majority of Americans' job stability, job dependency, kind of the ideal mindset that most Americans have in regards to workplace and the workforce. Because we as Americans, I will say, regardless of our background and everything like that, we are diligent people by nature. Various we come from various places and everything, but regardless of the fact, the majority of us, the working class, so to speak, we are a working class. We don't like to. We're not by any means lazy, by any means incompetent. But there is a bit of scrutiny that goes with that. That we just have to consider is what we're doing something that we want to continue doing permanently. Cause see, I'm 28. I work full time for right now. I have some goals to get off of that fairly soon, but that's another topic. But um, the point being is, with me being 28 and working, I'm okay with that now. But I have asked myself in the past, and I asked myself, this while going through these situations, these work environments and everything. Is this something I want to keep doing 5 years from now? Is this something I keep want to keep doing 10 years from now? And even so, the job may be okay. Like my current job right now, there's nothing really wrong with it. But being honest with myself and really searching in my spirit, and I feel that it's not something I want to do. 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, and that comes in being in line with what you feel you want to do. What sometimes you go to sleep late, or you go to sleep at night, you wake up early, and this thing is on your mind, or you're out and about, and you see somebody else doing what they love. It could be anything. It doesn't even have to be directly related to. You could be a writer, and you see somebody playing basketball that I always grew up playing basketball, and you respect that, and you enjoy seeing that because that's passion pursued. That's what they wanted to do, what they felt they were meant to do, and they're doing it. But then you have to look back at yourself a little bit and think, oh man, what's going on? Why aren't these things kind of aligning in the way that I want them to? And a part of this remedy, I feel, really is the entrepreneurial endeavors that we partake on, because entrepreneurship is the key and the doorway to whatever it is, so to speak, we may want to do. And it's various things. So we all have different things that we want to do, but the fact is, we want to be basically, when you search a lot of people's dreams and desires, it comes with a sense of independence as far as being able to either sustain yourself or being able to live in an atmosphere or in a state of being that's has a sort of independence that goes with it, and you're not really relying on anything to kind of make provisions. But the problem is when you start contemplating on this concept, you have to really you have to really address the elephant in the room, so to speak, because you're dealing with a problem that's embedded in the society. Like this whole 40-year concept. This is, obviously you can read various books from like Kiyosaki and authors such as that. They'll identify how old this concept is and how it no longer works in this information age. And so when you identify that, you have to kind of ask yourself, okay, well, now that that's identified, and now that we're pointing at this elephant in the room, what are we gonna do? And this is something people ask themselves more times than not. Like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get off this continuous cycle of work that's not working uh, for our better interest, for our best interest, for our future? How do we get off a cycle that's continuously going? And it's amazing being in the workforce and understanding entrepreneurial pursuits and really kind of the power of what being an entrepreneur can do, you can kind of see it while you're in it, so to speak. It's like being in the matrix and kind of being Neo and seeing everything function, all the while still being in it, so to speak. And it really is an eye-opening experience. And so, kind of the what now as far as what to do. One of the only things you can do is to kind of look at entrepreneurial pursuits and see how you can leverage that to benefit you and to benefit things that you want to do. And this is in various pursuits. Entrepreneurial, it could be home-based business as far as finding a business or a product or system that works for you, or it can be innovation entrepreneurship, things like that. Making a product or a service that if you feel a lot of people can benefit from and everything and take advantage of. But the only real struggles of this, people have thought about this since since American civilization began, so to speak. But it's always road bumps, and the question really is, how do you get over some of these hurdles and some of these road bumps that inevitably stop every entrepreneur? And we're going to be talking about that in future videos and everything. So just look forward to that as well. But that's going to be all from me today, or tonight it is, I should say. And I definitely appreciate you all for reading and listening. And do look out for the next one because I will be addressing kind of some procedures to get past these inevitable roadblocks that come up for entrepreneurs and for people who are thinking about entrepreneurship. So until then, have a good one.